right, y'all, we back for day 7 of my 1K a day series. We up 7K. Just a small little reminder, this is me treating every day as if I got paid $1,000 to live it. Today I went to the gym this morning for about 2.5 hours. I did a good amount of auxiliary work, full body, and I also was planning my next weeks, so my upcoming weeks, because next week will be week 1 of my 100-week plan. This is a private 100-week plan. I'll be sharing it up here, but it's not something like I'm doing for social media or anything. Like, this is not to really gain a social following or a social community. I just have a 100-week plan idea that basically I spent 2 years preparing my joints and my body and my neuromuscular coordination to be ready for the workload of a track and field athlete. I think I'm there physically, so now it's time to put together a 100-week plan. And how I'm structuring this is, I have what I do on Sundays, or Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, all written out. For workout wise, for all the way down to the warm up in the gyms. So like how I warm up in the gym, what I do in the gym, and then how I cool down, and then what I do for recovery. All that's gonna be written down. And same thing with the track, and same thing with my active recovery days outside of the track, just outside, like what I do outside in the grass and everything. So that's gonna be nice. So I'll have it down for week 1 next week, and what I'll be doing is I'll be editing it. So I'll be tweaking it, but I know for a fact, even if I just went completely brain just stopped working, and I just stopped caring about updating my schedule and my pattern, the plan that I built right now for week 1, if I repeated it 100 times, I would still be one of the fastest humans in the world after 100 weeks. So that gives me a good sense of peace, because I have confidence in my plan and my 2 years of experience as someone who's been self-aware in the gym and been training for this workload. Because a plan is great, but if you're not prepared to carry out that plan, you're gonna run into so many different problems. So I have this plan, and I know for a fact that my body can do this, because I've done way more. I've done way more that was way less correlated with speed, but I've done stuff that was harder. So I know for a fact my body can take, my body and my joints, man. It's mainly the work that you put on your joints, and if your joints can recover from the workload that you put in. Your muscles, it's not really too hard to work on. Your joints are the biggest problem when it comes to, I think, track and field. So I know for a fact that my joints are ready for this, and my muscles are also ready for this. So, I have the heavy strength days in the gym in my program. I have the tempo day in my program. Tempo days are light for me, man. I don't go further. I'm not gonna go further than 200 meters for the first probably 2 to 3 weeks, and eventually I'll work it up to 250 meters 4 times for my tempo. But dude, it's just right now 200 meters 4 times, light work really. And right now I'm not even timing that. I'm just trying to keep my arms low, because I've noticed again when I run that my shoulders flare up, my elbows kind of flare up like this, and I just need to keep my elbows by my side, right, and keep them low. So that's what I do on my tempo days, and I focus on. And then I got my max velocity days, and that's just a 60-meter workout, or 60-meter sprint, 70-meter sprint, and 80-meter sprint. That's all I'm doing to start off. Just keeping that straight and really trying to focus, record video it, and just focus on technique and holding form. Then my acceleration days, which is just gonna be like 6x30 to start off in the first couple weeks, but eventually I'm gonna go, mix that up. Sometimes it's gonna be just maybe it's gonna be 5x20 mixed with 2x40, just to see where I'm at when I develop to that point. But I think I'm at mentally a better place than I am physically when it comes to track and field. Because I spent, a good portion of this 2 years studying other pros and studying not really the athletes, but I've been studying their coaches. Like, if their coaches are on YouTube, I'm watching to see what is this coach trying to get this athlete to do? What does this coach kind of want this athlete to move like? What is coach trying to cue this athlete with? That's what I've been focused on. And I'm trying to get the mind of a coach because I am coaching myself. That's the biggest part, because I think physically I've just been gifted to be able to learn. If I'm learning the right thing, I pick it up fairly fast, and I take it fairly far. I think that my ceiling, as far as natural ability, God has blessed me to have a natural ability that's higher than most people. So that's why I'm doing all this in the first place, because I don't want to waste the abilities that God has given me. I think that would just be one, wasteful, and two, just ungrateful. So that's kind of what I'm at this week. But right now I think I'm just gonna go take a little walk, recover, and just relax a little bit due to winter storms coming tomorrow. So I'm not gonna actually be able to do my Saturday and Sunday max velocity day and my acceleration day. I'm gonna be stuck in the house. So that is what it is this weekend. But I mean, my body can use the rest. I work really hard, and every time I take a day or two off, my body is so happy, because I do overtrain. I'm at that point where I never really undertrain. I'm always overtraining in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just in the scale of dialing it back and getting it precise. Like, by the end of this 100-week process, which it'll be like around 700 days in this 1,000-day video thing. So around like day 700, I'm gonna be so precise with everything that I do. It's gonna be like, of course this works. It's been working for 200 days. It's been working for 300 days. Of course this works. I've seen the results. So everything I do, it's gonna get to a point where everything I do works, and everything I do has a track record of working for me. So it's not gonna be because it works for somebody else. Everything I do is gonna have a track record for working for me. And that's gonna be a great feeling going into my early 30s, knowing the fact that, you know, everything I do is green. That's just a feeling that I chase, and I haven't been able to get in the past 3 years, really, just because after I transitioned out of the corporate world into this track and field space, I was a complete beginner. So I knew for a fact that for the first 2 to 3 years, I'm going to be terrible. And there's nothing I really like more than being great at what I do. There's nothing more than that. Like, I like track and field, I really do. But being bad at stuff, it really just eats at your own personal, like, the way you view yourself, really. I mean, especially when you spend so much time doing it. Because it's like, when I started out, I still spent hours, 6 to 8 hours a day, just focused on track and just doing everything wrong, just being terrible at it. And it was just like, dude, I suck at life, because this is my life now. Like, this is all I do in life, is focus on this, because I knew that, you know, I wanted to make the 2028 Olympics and stuff like that, and I want to be someone who is a staple in the track and field space. And I knew that sacrifice had to be made, but going through it was terrible. Like, not being good at it, knowing for a fact that I'm not going to be good at it next month or the month after or the month after. I just shut up and didn't say a word to nobody. I was like, yeah, I'm just doing this. I just tell people I'm doing my job, and I'm just, you know, chilling. They think I'm not doing nothing. And I'd rather it be that way than they meddle in to what I'm actually focused on and what I actually care about, because the one thing I will never allow is someone to mess up what I got going on. I love, you know, when people try to give advice and stuff like that, because I do actually take advice, and I take it in stride. Like, I have this philosophy for myself. Like, I will, you know, happily steer my ship in your direction. I will never jump aboard your ship. I don't care, you know, how enticing it is. I have my own ship. I will never jump aboard yours. I will, you know, align directions and move it and flow in your direction, but I will never jump off of my ship to jump on yours. And that's a boundary that I have in my late 20s that, you know, I wish I actually had in my early 20s, where it's like, I'm doing my thing because guess what? This is my one life. And I'll be damned if I do your thing in my life. That's it for today, man. Shout out day 7.